Bullet Club.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're with us before, welcome to the channel if this is your first time. This is Leanne Presents. I am one of your hosts. I am Alan. I'll be taking the lead on this video. This is my co-host. This is Leanne. She'll be giving more insights and things that I may miss during this predictions video. And as you've already seen from the title card, which was on the screen about, 25 seconds ago, roughly, this is our Royal Rumble 2024 prediction. So the WWE PLE, the Royal Rumble, is coming at us on the 27th of January. It's like, 4 days time? What's today?
Today, as we're recording, is Tuesday.
There we go, yeah. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yes, 4 days. So it's literally about 4 days and 5 hours. I'm looking at the clock on the wall. This coming to us from the Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, which is in Florida. This is the second time the event has been held there, but the first time it's been held there with fans.
Yeah.
So the first Royal Rumble in this particular venue is in 2021. And obviously there was still no fans because of the COVID pandemic.
The missing years.
So these will be our predictions, and if you've seen us before, you know how this works. If not, I'm still going to go through it anyway. So we usually do it based on our non-title matches, 2 title matches, in terms of, so we will go non-title matches first, cover those, and the least looking forward to the most looking forward to. Then we will cover the title matches in the same order. This time we're going to do it a bit differently because it is the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
We're going to do the title matches first, and then we're going to do the 2 Rumble matches. There is only 4 matches on this event.
Yep.
Which last year only had 5.
Yes.
I just think they're trying to cut back on the lengthy PLEs.
If you've watched us before, you know that we know where they could be cutting back rather than on actual matches. There's so much filler that they really don't need.
Yeah.
But saying that, we know the Royal Rumble matches, they're, by the nature of them, they are long matches. So there's always going to be less matches
usually
than a regular.
Hour 10, hour 15, give or take, somewhere in that sort of ballpark. No pun intended.
But you'd expect, like, altogether 5 or 6 matches, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, when there was only 1 Rumble match, you would maybe get 4 matches and the Royal Rumble, but obviously the 2 Rumbles,
Yeah.
So,
saying that as well, Smackdown is still to happen.
Yes.
So we don't know if something else comes of that.
that's a good point. Let's preface that. So obviously this is dropping before we drop for Smackdown airs. If we were to wait until Smackdown airs and then cover our predictions and then get them edited and get them uploaded, they'd probably be like 3 hours before the event would start. So therefore, So we do this all the time with our WWE and AEW stuff. As soon as either Raw or Dynamite airs, we watch them, we get the predictions out, just so it gives everyone a chance to watch the predictions prior to the event. Because what's the point of watching predictions after you've seen the event for the most part, I guess. But then I guess sometimes predictions can be quite, let's play fantasy booker almost. And I do tend to go on a bit of a tangent sometimes playing fantasy booker.
That's fun. And if anything does change at SmackDown and it affects our predictions, we'll put it in the description as an edit, so you can check that out and see what's changed. Yeah.
So before we come on to the Royal Rumble, I do want to cover a couple of things first. So we just finished watching Raw, and the one thing that's really, really, really been irking me for the last few weeks on Raw, anytime Valhalla or Ivor come out, look at them freaks. Look at them freaks. Oh, how freaky is that? This barefoot freak. Like, just because someone has a different lifestyle doesn't make them a freak. That is a base of bullying.
It is.
Because someone looks different, it doesn't make them a freak. It just means they live a different lifestyle.
The thing that I noticed in this Raw, sorry if I'm steamrolling,
That's fine.
that they didn't say anything negative when Ivar came out. It was, he's the vicious Viking warrior. It's when Valhalla was out, it was all just freak, weirdo, all that stuff. And they're on the same team. They have the same gimmick. The Vikings, and she's like the seer sort of character, which is part of Viking culture, and Viking mythology, and all that stuff.
And spoiler alert, Sarah Logan and her husband, not Ivar, who's the other one, Eric.
They lived a Viking lifestyle.
They do live a Viking lifestyle. They had a Viking wedding. She is legit a Viking.
Obviously, they play it up for the show. This is an industry where crazy gimmicks have been part of the history of it.
So, just popped in my head. The Berserker came out with this woolly thing on, with his woolly boot protectors, I don't know what to call them.
Yeah.
He'd have that stupid hound-horned helmet thing on. Nobody called him a freak. They just said he's vicious, he's a barbarian, he's a Viking.
Yeah.
But yet, Valhalla comes out. She's got the which is quite trendy now. I've seen a lot of people doing it on Instagram, but women especially, doing the sort of the Valkyrie kind of makeup, and that's what she does. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. No. It doesn't make you a freak. It just means you live a different lifestyle. Yeah. What they are doing is effectively a form of bullying.
I think so. I mean, on one side of it, I can kind of see why the wrestlers in the storyline might use derogatory terms because they're the opponents and they're meant to find a reason to hate each other. The commentators have no reason to do that, even if they're being heel commentators.
They're meant to be impartial.
Yeah, you do have the heel in the face, but it was so one-sided in that match. Both
Wade Barrett and Michael Cole going freak every 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like
come on, seriously, be better than this. There was someone else. There was something else they were doing this with last year. I can't remember who it was. They seemed like a bullying angle. I really didn't like it, and they straight dropped that whatever. I can't even remember what it was now. But this is just sort of full pelt. The last sort of month or so, they've been calling him a freak. I really don't like it. It's bullying. And considering that WWE does a whole campaign about anti-bullying, what the hell is going on with this angle?
Yeah.
So this needs to stop.
Just refer to her as a Viking warrior, like Ivar is.
Yeah.
And it's not just her that's had it. It's just in this Raw that I noticed there was a difference between how they were referring to him and how they're referring to her. But it hasn't been that way this whole time.
No.
So yeah, it's a good point to raise because it did make me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's just doing her job and she's hearing this now from all angles and she's just going for it.
Yeah.
And she hasn't been in the ring, you were saying, for a long time.
Oh no, shit. Well, last time I remember seeing her in the ring was this Sarah Logan when she was still with the Riot Squad.
So she's been interfering.
That's all that's been.
This is her first match back as far as
I'm aware, yeah.
See. So come on, be nice.
Yeah. Second thing on the agenda then, Seth Rollins. Had a match with Jinder Mahal last week. He tweaked his knee, went and had an MRI on it. He's got a grade 2 MCL tear, and he's also torn his meniscus. This is what they were saying is it's a 4 to 6 month recovery, or is it 3 to 4 months rather? Yeah. 3 to 4 month recovery. I looked it up. With surgery, a meniscus can be healed within 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And the torn MCL can be healed within 4 to 6 weeks as well.
Yeah.
But it depends on the rehab and how bad it is. Now, regardless of that, he's got a dodgy knee. But yeah, he had Gunther, whatever you want to call him, come out and be like, you've got a dodgy knee and you're saying that you can't go, you shouldn't be champion, all this. So it's like, I don't care what the doctors say. I'm going to go to WrestleMania. I'm going to main event at WrestleMania. I'm going to win at WrestleMania. And this just harkens back to me to the Cody Rhodes Seth Rollins match in Hell in a Cell, where Cody had his I can't remember which muscle it was, but it tore straight off his chest.
And it looked so bad.
He should not have fought in that match. Seth Rollins should not be fighting in any match anytime soon until this thing is repaired. Yeah. This is setting a really bad precedent.
The positive thing is, from our own research, from just a quick Google really, we know that there is a good likelihood that he will be fully healed by WrestleMania. So he will be cleared. It's not going to be quite like Cody where that was legit and he shouldn't have been
The problem is he needs surgery.
Yeah.
He absolutely needs to have surgery to get that meniscus tear healed within that time frame. It says post-surgery. He needs to have surgery, which means he will be off TV for 3 to 6 weeks.
Yes. But by WrestleMania, he should be fully recovered.
Is he going to allow that title to be off the TV for 3 to 6 weeks, though?
Probably.
The only way they can save face with this is by having Damian Priest cash in.
I think so.
In my mind.
They're just, whether it's an angle or genuine, sort of still injured at the time, they're using the injury angle too much.
Yeah, if it's an injury angle and it's not real, they're using this way too much and I don't like it. There's actual people who have injuries. Yeah. Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes smashed heads a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, had to stop the match. Giovanna Vinci had a bad tumble in a match. I can't remember, it was a tag team match, I think with New Day, I think. Don't quote me on 100% sure on that one. They had to stop the match.
Yeah. So if one person's been like, oh, well, I can come back even if the doctors say I shouldn't, does that mean fans are going to be thinking, well, why aren't they coming back?
Yeah, It sets a bad precedent. Yeah. It really does. Like, people bitch and moan about AEW, oh, this person getting injured, that person getting injured. Look how many injuries there have been in a WWE in the last month.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It's almost one person every single week.
And at least a near miss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's nuts. It's not good.
Yeah.
Anything else on Strath?
That's a valid point. I did like just like that angle in general, Gunther coming out, and he was actually quite complimentary in his Gunther type way. A bit backhanded and like, just like me. But when I thought that Seth wasn't going to be at the Rumble and he was like prepping for giving up the title, I was like, this is good. And then it flipped and it's like, oh, okay, that's another title we're not going to see for a while.
My eyes, when he said, I will be at WrestleMania, my eyes rolled back in my head so hard you would have thought I was an Undertaker.
Yeah.
Number 3 on our list.
Let's do it.
Interesting development, breaking news as of this morning.
Okay.
As of January 2025, WWE Raw will no longer be on linear TV. Netflix have bought the rights to show WWE Raw live and to have the back catalogue of product on their platform in the United States, Canada, Latin America, and the United Kingdom. Yep. It does say as well as other countries, but it didn't elaborate.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's it's going to be specific content because of licensing and all this kind of stuff in different parts of the world. It's not that easy to do that. So, but Netflix, I did not see that coming on my bingo card for Royal Rumble.
No, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
And that includes the pay-per-views are going to be on Netflix.
It did say that, yeah. It said including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, NXT, SmackDown, and all original content. So
likelihood is
WWE Network.
Bye-bye.
Rest in peace.
I'm not sad about that. The interface is
the new interface, as of 5 or 6 months ago, it is awful. It's horrific.
Not fit for purpose.
It's this, apparently from what I've heard from American people who use Peacock, it's the same interface that Peacock use. So they're using their same system software basically.
So Peacock is going to be out of the picture as well then.
I'd imagine so.
I think it was exclusive deal, isn't it?
I'm not 100% sure. The thing is, they're not. I wouldn't say they're being cagey. They put the entire thing up, but there was a bit vague.
It's going to be like legal speak. There's probably still discussions happening about the logistics.
Yes. All I know is that the thing that the people put from the document is 10 years. At the 10-year mark, the Netflix can instantly renew for another 10 if they desire so. At the 5-year mark, if they wish to pull out, they can. But this deal is worth $5 billion. Not million, billion.
That's a lot.
That's all the revenue that Netflix are getting from stopping people password sharing, right?
Probably. They made some money.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see sort of logging into Netflix and let's watch what we can watch on Netflix. Stranger Things? Oh, wait. There's Raw. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I like all the old stuff as well.
But then does this mean like Cody Rhodes and Undertaker are going to go and have guest appearances in Stranger Things?
Interesting.
Imagine.
Was the Big Show on Netflix? I can't remember. I know that wasn't.
I think
WWE
it was.
thing.
Actually, I think it was. Actually,
but maybe there'll be more like sitcom-y stuff.
maybe. Netflix do some good stuff. Like I know people have been complaining about that. We haven't seen the One Piece live action yet, but I've heard really good things from that. Even non-anime fans have been enjoying that. The best man at my wedding, he's not really a big fan of animation. He absolutely loved the One Piece live action.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is great. Last Kingdom. Was on there. I don't know if that was funded by Netflix or not, but that was on there. I know it was pushed on there as an exclusive thing. There's a lot of stuff on Netflix which is great. And they're murder documentaries, crime documentaries. A lot of the documentary stuff. I watched one about an ancient Egyptian tomb being uncovered.
We're not sponsored by Netflix.
No, we're not. We like the platform. We like a lot of the stuff that's on there, and we're just sort of
Imagine the possibilities for like quirky roommate sitcoms.
Oh, jeez.
You could have any combination. It'd be so good. Nikki Cross and R-Truth. Let's go.
Oh, no, I feel you need to have a stable person in there as well. It'd have to be a dorm, right? So for a 4-person dorm. Nikki Cross, R-Truth. Who else would you chuck in there?
Cody Rhodes
and Gunther.
Yes.
Or Shayna Baszler.
Ooh.
And the last extracurricular thing on our agenda, obviously TKO, the group that owns now UFC and WWE, they have a new member of the board in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Also, with this merger, The Rock now has the trademark rights to the term The Rock. He owns the trademark to his wrestling name now.
That's really, really good.
But Dwayne Johnson, he's been an integral part of the business, even as a child. Obviously, his parents, his grandparents had the different wrestling promotions.
Yeah.
High Chief Peter Maivia was his grandfather. Rocky Johnson of the Soul Train was his father. He's got a major head for this business, and I'm hoping he really does some good stuff in that in the board of directors.
Yeah. definitely. Good stuff.
Anything else you want to add about any of those?
No, it's been a wild day. I know by the time this comes out, most of our watchers will have already heard a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been.
I mean, the Netflix thing. I was scrolling Instagram waiting for a package to arrive, which still hasn't. Thanks UPS. UPS suck. Scrolling through Instagram and I see this WWE Raw on Netflix January 2025, and I'm like, oh, that's fake. Looked at it, WWE the official account put it out, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I looked into it, and I was stunned. I was floored by that.
Yeah. As
soon as I saw, I screenshot it, sent it to you. I was like, look at this.
What?
All right, so with those little topics being said, WWE be better. Stop with the bullying crap for a start. Seth, if you're injured, take the damn time off. Okay. Netflix, good job. We appreciate that. We still suck on the password sharing side of things, but okay, whatever. And Dwayne, good luck in your new position.
Congrats.
Yeah, congratulations. We know all of those people relevant are watching this, so enjoy the video, guys.
Netflix especially, biggest
yeah.
Sponsor us.
Netflix, thumbs up. Okay, so let's get on to the matches then. So we've got 4 matches. We're going to do the title matches in least looking forward to most looking forward to. It's not going to be difficult because there's only 2 damn title matches, and then we're going to do the Women's Rumble and the Men's Rumble.
Cool.
So the first match we're going to cover is the United States Championship match, which is Logan Paul defending his championship against the prize fighter Kevin Owens. So, okay, Logan Paul. I know. Logan Paul won the title at Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Beat Rey Mysterio to win the title. Hasn't wrestled a match since.
Nope.
Do you know who else hasn't wrestled a match since then?
Rey Mysterio? I don't know.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
But yeah, you're right, Rey Mysterio, but he's injured.
Yeah, he's injured.
But yeah.
He's having his leg amputated.
But Roman Reigns. So that's 2 champs who haven't wrestled since Crown Jewel.
Yes. And now Seth's maybe taking his title off.
What?
To injury. I don't know. Gunther's just the MVP right now.
Gunther, yeah, he's the longest, and it's not technically true, but it technically is. Gunther is the current longest defending champion in WWE, because Roman Reigns...
It doesn't count.
Gunther's probably put his title on the line like 50, 60, 70 times, whatever it is in the year and a half that he's had it to, whatever it is. Roman Reigns has probably done that like 30 times max.
Yeah.
Across, 3.5 years?
It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
And Logan Paul, none.
Yeah, none. But yeah, he's spouting off. He's coming in commentary. He's giving a little. He didn't even turn up to SmackDown half the time. He's
like a recorded video.
I think he's been on SmackDown like 2, maybe 3 times max since he's won the title. But yeah, when he was challenging, I'm going to be a fighting champion. Bollocks.
Now you can have a tournament to face me.
Yeah, was it Nick Aldis and I have come up with this idea for a tournament, and obviously Kevin Owens wins the tournament.
AEW did a tournament.
Yeah, and they did a round-robin tournament, which was incredible.
This tournament was good.
Yes.
But yeah, it wasn't original.
I really didn't like them burying Karrion Kross so quick.
Yeah.
I think they should have had him go at least to the semis. That sucked.
He's got his storyline coming up, though.
Well, yeah, the Final Testament, and obviously they're going up against the whatever Bobby Lashley's group is calling themselves. I don't think they've got a name at the moment.
I haven't heard a name.
Is it the Hurt Business 2.0? I don't know. But yeah, so, Authors of Pain coming back. That was great. And Paul Ellering, oh my God, that was a shock.
There's some great stuff happening.
Yeah. But sort of, Kevin Owens wins the tournament, and then last week on SmackDown, Kevin Owens invites Logan Paul to be part of the KO show, the Kevin Owens show. And Kevin and Logan Paul the week before on a little stupid I'm going to film myself like a selfie cam. Oh, how professional am I? He says that he doesn't want Kevin Owens to wear his cast.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens takes his cast off. Logan Paul punches him, even though he's got all rods and pins in his hand. It's like, come on, what the hell?
If a cast is a weapon, you're not allowed to have your hand.
Yeah, I think we've covered this before, where they had a thing with Lex Luger, and he literally broke his arm. He snapped his arm. He had to have plates and rods and steel pins and all that kind of stuff in his arm. Yokozuna was the champion. He was fighting Yokozuna for the belt. And they took exception to it because it's a weapon. So they made him wear like a padded... I don't know, a cast isn't on the right word, but like a arm sleeve like a sleeve on his arm to prevent that blow from the impact of the metal. Well, maybe Logan Paul should be doing that because he's got that unfair advantage.
If you wear mittens.
And I know, there's going to be someone out there going, it's not real. Yes, we know that.
It's an established storyline.
Exactly. If Kevin Owens can't use his cast, Logan Paul can't use his fist.
Yes.
So tie his down hand behind his back, right?
Yeah. Tie both their hands behind their back.
And while you're at it, gag the son of a bitch so I haven't got to hear his voice.
You could do a really good gimmick match with both of them with one hand, though, right? It could be a thing. I'm sure they've done similar stuff before.
I've seen a one arm tied behind your back match a few times.
Yeah.
The first one I ever saw was Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin had his hand tied in the tag.
But that was against Vince with both his hands. But for these guys, you could definitely do...
Oh, the match didn't go far. The cronies jumped in and beat up Austin.
Yeah, well, it's Vince, isn't it? But yeah. Metal hands aside.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much else to say about this. I mean, Logan Paul punched Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Nobody gets up from my punches, and Kevin Owens pulls himself up on the ropes, and he's like, "Urgh." I can't remember if he hit him with a stunner or if he punched him. I can't remember what happened with that because I just blanked out.
I think he punched him with the broken hand.
I it's no secret. I don't like Logan Paul.
He took the cast off.
Yeah, so yeah, but it's Kevin. I'm glad to see Kevin Owens' hand is fixed. He did legitimately have a broken hand, and he didn't wrestle for a while until the doctors cleared him. Hey Seth, take hints from Kevin Owens, yeah.
But then again, they're still playing the injury angle.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, but then
it's still happening.
Having a cast and knowing you can go without using a hand too much.
Yeah.
And having a knee where you literally have to stand on it.
Very true.
Two very different things. It's two very different things. Like, do you similarly rate Kevin Owens' broken hand to Cody Rhodes tearing his thing off his pec? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You can function with a broken hand.
Yeah. Tie your hand behind your back.
You can't function with a torn pec.
Nope.
You can't function with a busted knee.
Nope. Not in the wrestling world.
Anything else you got to say this one? Quite frankly, I'm done talking about Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens is great.
Oh yeah, superb.
On the mic,
he could literally make chicken salad out of chicken bleep.
So I mean, he's probably going to make this, but it depends how they work the hand thing.
Guaranteed, Logan Paul's crony with the Prime Energy drink thing is going to hand in brass knuckles again.
Yeah, because that's the only way you can win.
Okay, who you got?
Logan Paul.
Yeah, I agree.
This is his first title defense. If they take the championship off him on his first title,
I just want to point out his first title defense in the quarter of a year.
Yes, but to take it off him in his first title defense would be hilarious. It would be hilarious, but it's not a good move. Not a good move at all. So it's going to be Logan Paul.
Yeah, and
it's, like you say, it's going to be cronies interfering.
Yeah, that Prime Energy drink guy.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a straight win, but it'll be a win.
No, yeah. Cool. Okay, that leads us into the last of our title matches.
Ooh, we're getting through this so quick.
And that is for the Undisputed WWE Championship. You've got Roman Reigns defending in a fatal four-way match against L.A. Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. Yes. So, Christmas, is it fitted for Christmas, AJ Styles returned? Mm-hmm. Or was it the week before that? It was just sometime in mid to late December, AJ Styles returns and he sort of takes out LA Knight and he's trying to jump the queue to get a Roman Reigns after they put him out on the shelf for like 2 months or something, like 3 months, whatever it was.
Oops, there's a cat.
But then Randy Orton's like, well, they took a year and a half out of my career, so screw you, I'm first in the line. Then LA Knight's like, well, I got screwed last at the Crown Jewel, so I deserve a shot. So then Nick Aldis, the GM of SmackDown, says, right, okay, let's have a triple threat match on SmackDown Day 1, which is on New Year's Day, to determine Roman Reigns' opponent for the Royal Rumble. Fast forward to that match. It was a good match until all the bloodline get involved.
Yeah.
Match gets thrown out, obviously. Nick Aldis is at ringside. And Roman's obviously gloating in the ring with Solo and Jimmy. And Nick Aldis goes to Paul Heyman. And he says, time to enjoy Spotlight what he can, because he just screwed himself at Royal Rumble. He's got his match. Paul's like, what match? Nobody won. He said, yeah, well, he's just got himself a fatal four-way. And Paul Heyman's just like,
I mean, how do they see it going?
I know, right?
What do they think was it's okay, you don't have to have a match.
And then obviously there's been tension between all of the three guys, Orton, LA Knight and AJ Styles. Yeah. LA Knight and AJ Styles had a match on SmackDown last week. Orton fought Solo Sikoa. That all broke down and it's just been a bit carnage and chaos.
Yes.
I feel like this probably could have been a bit of a longer burn story. It seems like it's just been... it's January 1st, Royal Rumble's in 3 weeks, we need to do something quick. It's compressed and the chaos has just exploded. But yeah, they could have spread it out. You know why they didn't? Because Roman never shows up for work. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this. I think it could be really good. I like the multi-person matches. They get really frenetic and chaotic. I love a good triple threat. What's better than a triple threat? A fatal four-way, I am looking forward to this. I'm wondering as to how they're going to run this. Yeah.
It's an interesting
And the problem for me with this is, who do I see winning this? It's difficult.
Yes.
Because I kind of think I know where they want to go for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're going to go that way or not. That's the catch of it. Have you got any thoughts on this?
It is really difficult. There's almost certainly going to be bloodline interference.
Oh, absolutely. But obviously no disqualification.
No disqualification. So it really it sort of shifts it back to almost even between Roman retaining and Roman losing the title. So it doesn't necessarily affect who's going to win, but it is skewing it more in Roman's favour. But you've got the bloodline is just the two other people now.
Yeah, Solo and Jimmy.
So if AJ, LA Knight, and Randy can work together, then they neutralise that advantage altogether.
Well, yeah, because you'd have Roman versus one, you'd have Solo versus one, and Jimmy versus one.
You've also got AJ's team. I forgot the name of the team.
Oh, the Good Brothers.
Team. So but since AJ's come back, he's been really cold towards them. But they have then said in backstage stuff, we've still got your back. Yeah. So are they going to come out? Are they going to get involved and sort of?
And is this going? But then with that, could this be the seeing as a heel turn?
Yeah.
Could they turn on AJ or vice versa?
I feel like it's more likely AJ to turn on them, but
maybe
after the match. I don't know. So there's a lot of factors, and this is the stuff that's good because there are so many things that could happen and so many directions they could go. It makes it really difficult to pick someone. Yeah. And that's what we like. Make it hard.
I misspoke. It wasn't SmackDown day one. It was SmackDown News Revolution.
Gotcha.
Raw was day one.
Yeah. That's fine. Same
I mixed it. Yeah. But going back to day one, there is another factor which you haven't said yet.
Ooh. Remind me.
Triple H mentioned on social media a couple of days, if not a day or two before Raw, day one, there's a WWE champion making his return to Raw. They announced here, and the returning WWE champion is, out comes Jinder Mahal.
Such a troll.
In the middle of his promo, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, out comes The Rock.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the end of the promo, and he's like, you know what? I need to go and get some food somewhere. Do I do this? Do I sit in a booth? I can't remember what the other option was. Do I sit something? You said something.
Sit at the bar.
Do I sit at the bar? Do I sit in the booth? Or do I want to sit at the head of the table? Now, if there's two ways this could go, right? Because obviously they're building towards Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Do they mean this WrestleMania? Or could it be next year's WrestleMania?
Yeah. And
that's the track. That's the trick of it.
And the other thing is, that might not necessarily be for the title.
Well, this is the problem I've got, right? If it's for the title, it's not going to be The Rock, because it'll be another part-time champion. And I don't think anybody wants that anymore. Everyone's getting fed up with this. I certainly am.
But the head of the table doesn't necessarily have to hold a championship.
Yes. So, if The Rock versus Roman is at WrestleMania 41, this year being 40, then I think that Roman's going to retain at Rumble. If it's Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania 40, Roman's losing it prior to to WrestleMania. Now, we have already had confirmation that Roman Reigns will not be at the pay-per-view, premium live event, after Royal Rumble and before WrestleMania Elimination Chamber. He will not be participating in the premium live event.
Okay.
Therefore, you can't strip it off him in the Elimination Chamber match.
No.
So, do you have him lose it at the Rumble? If it's Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40?
There's like layers and layers.
There is way too many layers to this that it makes it very difficult to predict.
Yeah. Because for like pay-per-view on pay-per-view, I've been saying, this one Roman's going to lose it. And he's kept it every time. So I'm really nervous to say anyone other than Roman Reigns. But if he's going to lose it anywhere, I think we talked about this briefly before, a fatal four-way means he can lose it without being part of the decision. So he's not looking necessarily weak by losing.
Yeah. So let's just say, for example, again, playing fancy booker, right? He loses this to, let's say, AJ Styles. I don't think they should give it to Orton. If anyone, I don't think they should give it to Orton.
No.
As much as I like Randy Orton, I think he's better chasing.
Yeah.
Okay? AJ Styles, phenomenal champion. No pun intended. absolutely love AJ Styles as a champion. I don't think LA Knight's quite ready for it yet. Right?
Okay.
So I think AJ Styles would potentially be the one to take it, okay? He could pin LA Knight, he could pin Randy Orton, Roman Reigns won't be involved in the decision. The next SmackDown after Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns comes out, I never got pinned, I want my rematch at WrestleMania. If you smell, out comes The Rock. No, you don't get a title match at Mania, you got me at WrestleMania. Again, chills like just thinking about it, you know?
I like it.
That's the way I see it going if Roman loses at the Rumble.
Yes.
That's the trick of it. But we also cannot deny, and we'll cover the men's rumble properly later on, obviously, Cody Rhodes still wants to finish his story with Roman Reigns. He still wants to get the belt. But then, is finishing the story basically going, right, I want Roman Reigns and beat him for the title, or is just finishing the story, you're going to beat any champion?
Yeah, just to get the title.
That's another trick of it. That's another layer.
So many layers. I love it. I love it.
So, Leanne, here we go.
All right.
Who have you got winning?
Let's pull it round.
Okay.
LA Knight.
You go LA Knight. Okay.
Imagine the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
It would be so good. It might not happen.
With everybody at Royal Rumble saying
LA Knight.
Yeah. That would be sick. That would be amazing.
I feel like because there's so much possibility and so many different things that could happen, I'm just like, just pick who you want, go for it. It could be, anything can happen. Let's go LA Knight.
Who am I going for?
AJ Styles?
No.
Roman Reigns. Okay.
I'm wondering, thinking back to WrestleMania season.
Yes.
Rock versus John Cena, once in a lifetime match. The next night on Raw, they come out and say, right, let's do it again next year.
Yeah.
What if, right, Roman retains at Rumble. Okay, and this has only just popped in my head, right? Roman retains at Rumble.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes ends up being the number one contender for this title, whether it be at the Rumble or Elimination Chamber. We can cover that in a minute. Goes on, beats Roman at WrestleMania because he's got some other factors to help him neutralize the bloodline, right? Then, again, going back to his head, next time at SmackDown, where's my rematch? If you smell, out comes The Rock. No. You got me, and I want you in next WrestleMania.
Okay.
I will become the head of the table. That's something like that. Even if they do it at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They probably won't because it's too big a marquee.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they would require a bit of a bigger build with this. But then again, saying that, both of them are part-time guys. So it's tricky, but
go for it.
I'm going to stick with Roman for now.
Yeah.
And if anything happens on SmackDown to dissuade me or change my mind, obviously
we shall update
the description down below. Okay.
All right.
So that was the last of our two title matches.
True.
Yeah. Next match we're going to cover then is the Women's Royal Rumble match.
We're going to be so detailed with this one.
30 women Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
So far confirmed for the Rumble. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Bayley.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Four.
Four. I don't know what that percentage is, but it's really low.
It's very low. I mean, come on, guys. The women's division, there are some talent in there.
It's probably about 16, 17%-ish.
It's definitely got decimal points.
Yeah.
It's the division, the women's division isn't as stacked as the men's.
No.
It never will be. Just the nature of the business, all that stuff.
I'm probably going to cop flack for this. There's probably going to be someone watching this who goes, we're wrong there. The WWE women's division isn't as stacked as AEW's women's division.
It's not. It does have, there's definitely talent.
I will die on this hill.
There's some great women in there. There's not enough.
Who have they built in WWE for the last year? Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io Sky, great, yeah. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. Okay, yeah, but most of those have been being built for the last 4 or 5 years. Who have they built in AEW? Chris Statlander, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, Toni Storm.
There's more. I can't think of names.
But that's just in the last 6-7 months.
But where I was going with it...
Don't repeat that again.
Is that even though the women's division isn't as stacked as AEW or isn't as stacked as the men's division, there are still plenty of women There is enough to fill the Royal Rumble without any surprise entrance.
As it stands right now, there is more members in Damage Control that has been confirmed for the Royal Rumble.
And there were hints in Raw. There's sort of allusions to... there was a save it for the Rumble. That was Damage Control.
Yes.
Talking to Tegan Nox and
Natalia. Yeah, so you can pretty much go. Natalia's definitely going to be in the Rumble. There's no comment about it. Natalia's going to be in there. Tegan Nox will be in there. Asuka and Kairi Sane will definitely be in there.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai, I don't know if she's healed up. I haven't heard anything about her injury.
It could be a surprise.
It could be a surprise.
But, what stopped them from announcing those women in the Royal Rumble? I don't understand why they didn't just say, oh yeah, these people are in it as well.
Do you know, so they always make a big deal about Kofi Kingston and evading his eliminations.
Yes.
What about Katana Chance? Mm-hmm. Casey Catanzaro, when she was in the Women's Rumble a few years back from NXT, she did the same sort of stuff.
Yeah.
She did a handstand. She landed on her hands on the outside, did a handstand onto the steps and, you know.
But why they could just put them in the poster.
Yeah.
They know they're going to be in them. They've hinted in a show that they're going to be in it. Why didn't they just put them at the poster?
They're kind of backing themselves into a corner with this because they haven't announced many people. People are going to be like, oh, it's going to be the Bellas. Oh, it's going to be Trish Stratus. Oh, it's going to be Michelle McCool. If none of these people turn up, it's going to be rated as the worst Women's Rumble in history. I'll tell you now, it's not going to be the Bellas. 100%. WWE have basically distanced themselves from the Bellas because of Nikki Bella kind of making some comments to basically say that the women's division is being screwed over again.
Not wrong.
Because it is. It is. It absolutely is.
But there's 4 women so far that we know of. So our predictions are very, very limited. Very.
So, okay. There's going to be 2 kind of things on this. So we did this last year as well in our predictions for Royal Rumble last year, is we've got a likely to show and we've got the winner, okay? So out of the ones not announced, who might be a surprise entrance, who aren't necessarily on the main roster now, who do you think is going to show up in the Rumble?
I'm wondering about Naomi.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Naomi as well because she has just finished up with... it was then Impact Wrestling. It's now TNA Wrestling. She dropped the title to... Was it Jordana Grace, maybe? I can't remember who she dropped the title to. But that is potentially one.
Yeah, and she's done some great elimination saves as well. So she's sort of one of those that are built for a Royal Rumble.
Yes. Another one is a free agent, is a person called Camille from New Japan.
Okay.
I guess it's Stardom at that point because New Japan doesn't really have many female wrestlers, but they do the thing with Stardom. That is a potential as well, but I don't know if AEW might have poached her first. They've been a bit quite quiet about that, obviously because it is Rumble season. But yeah, I think Naomi's a good shout. I think I mentioned that. I probably shouldn't have mentioned it to you because you've taken that from me, but that's fine.
I don't remember where I hear things from.
Okay, so in terms of thinking about the women's roster as a whole, who do you think is going to win this Royal Rumble?
Remind me who's already announced.
Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Bayley. Obviously, we've got Tegan Nox, we've got Natalia, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Nikki Cross.
Oh, I don't know. Something about this, though, is that it could be where the Damage Control split happens. It could quite easily be that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write down because I haven't thought already, but
I don't think I know who could win this. There's a little bit in the back of my head saying Nia Jax, but I really don't want it to be Nia Jax. Yeah, she didn't.
I get the feeling. Well, I won't say anything yet.
For you.
I won't say anything yet because it'll probably swing you a little bit.
I honestly don't know. I think I'm going to go Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch?
I haven't got necessarily reasoning for it other than she's freshened up her hair. She is ready to go.
She would be the first 2-time winner of the Royal Rumble if that is the case.
And WWE loves a record.
I think Bayley.
Okay.
I reckon Bayley's going to get it. Thinking about the Damage Control split and everything, the way that she's been treated. She's going to go to the Rumble. She's going to pull a blinder and challenge Io Sky.
Okay.
Instead of Rhea Ripley is my thought. Okay.
Ooh.
On the Nia Jax front, I think that Becky Lynch will eliminate her after everything that's been going on with them two. And then it will lead into a match between the two at WrestleMania, I think.
Okay.
I think that's the way I see that going. It's going to be an awful match, but
as long as Nia Jax doesn't get a title, I don't like that idea.
And as long as Bianca Belair doesn't get it. God. Okay, moving on then to our final match of the PLE is the Men's Royal Rumble. So, confirmed for this, we have Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Gunther, Damian Priest. That's it.
7.
7.
Out
That's
30.
less than half of what was announced last year with 15 at this point.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Little bit.
What's the point?
Again, surprise. I mean, they did tease Hulk Hogan. Can we potentially get Hulk Hogan in this as well?
Please. No. Please, no. I don't want to see a man die.
I know, right? So, obviously we talked about Cody.
Yes.
And potentially finishing the story. So obviously he's kind of up there and he's kind of looking to become only the 4th person to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles. Can you tell me the 3 other participants in the Royal Rumble match over the years who have won the Rumbles back-to-back in order?
I'm not in order. I know the most recent,
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I can't remember who they said the other 2
So
were.
the first person was, and I've just said the name, is Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
The second was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And then obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is a really high caliber.
Yeah. Who's the only person to win the Royal Rumble 3 times?
That was Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hope they never break that record.
I know. But WWE loves breaking records.
Yeah. So, the going in sort of the latter half of the year, everyone was like, right, it's down to 2 people. It's either going to be Gunther or Cody Rhodes that wins the Rumble. And then all of a sudden at Survivor Series, CM Punk turns up.
Yes.
Okay, and I feel that it's kind of taken the wind out of CM Punk, out of Cody Rhodes' sails a little bit, and I feel it's a bit unfair to some of the guys, because if he wins this and goes on to headline WrestleMania, the fact that he walked out of the company however many years ago, like 10 years ago, whatever it was, that's basically just going, oh, well, you know, you crapped all over the company, you talk crap all about us, it's okay, we're giving you a title shot, don't worry about it. And if Seth makes it to WrestleMania, Cody's obviously going to go for Seth Rollins. CM Punk's going to win at WrestleMania.
There's so
How's
many...
that for you, Leanne, signs of the PLE?
No, I didn't know that was coming. Yeah, it's a really difficult thing, and CM Punk did...
Even my sign wants to get out of that. It wants to kill itself for having its name on it.
The pipe bomb and the leaving made such a huge impact on so many people and put him into legend status, and a lot of people still hold to that, and I can't blame them for that. It's like there's an icon, and for a lot of people you just can't see bad in that person. For a lot of other people, including from what we understand people in the WWE locker room, it's a bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And
here's this guy who walked out of the company a decade ago. Oh, you deserve a title match? You've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
You've been busting your ass every week on Raw. You're only on the mid-card status. People you should be higher. Yeah, tough luck.
And
back in your box.
It's a
back
bit
to
like,
catering.
Every time someone pulls a promo on CM Punk, I'm just sat there thinking, I wonder how much of this is real. But it would be... Him winning the Rumble would be such a downer for me. And I know... even more so for you. So let's just
seeing like and again I'm gonna go on a bit of a tangent here, but he came into AEW and I was really excited when he first returned. I was like, oh, this is gonna be amazing. He came in to elevate the guys, the sort of the Darby Allins, the Ricky Starks, them kind of people. The ones who weren't necessarily at this level, they were kind of here, but they were to do. Oh, I fought CM Punk, you know. And you do go up and because CM Punk is a big name, you know. He was on the independent scene for like 10, 15 years, and he did, you know, and it's that kind of thing. And then he's just such a toxic piece of trash that he started a fight over nothing with the EVPs.
Yeah.
Okay, he got suspended. He came back. Everything seemed to be fine. He wins the title, he has an injury. He goes away, he comes back, he wins the title, he gets injured straight away again. What's that tell you already? Brittle bones Daniel Bryanson, as Nigel McGuinness calls him. Brittle junk CM Punk, right? And then he comes back again with this, you know, okay, this could be interesting, you know, with this, the title bout with the X on it, like the real world champion. I thought, okay, they could make something decent out of this. It's a shame it's him, but let's see where they go. And what happens? He starts a fight in the back with Jack Perry over nothing, and then gets fired.
It puts the pipe bomb and everything into a completely different perspective.
Yeah.
Because at that time, you would only see that one side of the story. Because you didn't have so much, like, internet coverage wasn't a thing. And I think WWE, from the sound of it, kept quite quiet to sort of keep things a bit low down. But then seeing all this, like, oh, it makes sense now.
It turns that pipe bomb from something that was like, oh, this was iconic, to, oh, he was just throwing his toys out the pram all along.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get his own way.
Puts it into perspective.
It really does.
But anyway, that's probably enough
the problem is, like, again, the similarity to this is the fact that he came back to the wrestling industry, he came back to AEW to elevate the guys who were in the mid-cast days, to be like, to elevate them up. What's he doing now? Potentially taking away someone's top spot at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
For what?
He's doing...
Oh, well, he draws money. So does Seth Rollins. So does LA Knight. So does Gunther. So does The Miz.
He could be...
Where's their top spots?
He could be, like, joining a tag team that's of younger guys and sort of managing them through... But instead he's, like, doing spots with Cody Rhodes and other people that are already at the top.
I'm also still salty that he stole Randy Orton's thunder with his return.
Yes.
Randy Orton doesn't see it that way. I still see it that way.
It does feel like that. There you go. Anyway, moving on.
Going back to the two things then, because I don't know if there's much else to say about this, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
Damian Priest being in the Rumble, if he wins it, I just feel like he's stacked too much. It's like, he's like the final boss, right? It's like, he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he has the WrestleMania title shot. Yeah. So, does he, listen, okay, fancy booker, right? Damian Priest wins the Rumble, goes to WrestleMania, faces Seth Rollins, wins the title, right? Because it's Seth Bumney, right? Roman Reigns gets wrecked in whatever match he's got if he retains the title. Damian Priest cashes in, holds both world titles.
See, the thing is...
Can you imagine?
He's got the tag titles, there's two belts, and he's, like, chained them together. So
just needs another two, yeah.
Dragging along the floor.
Well, no, he'll just have one round his waist with the other just hanging off him.
It's like he's like a builder.
Like a tool belt, like a belt. It'll be a belt.
This is where I keep my
It'll be a titles belt.
Title belt.
Titles belt. I'm gonna trademark that. Okay, so going back to the same thing we did with the Women's Rumble.
Go on.
Most likely to show up that hasn't been around for a while, or you think would be a surprise entrance.
And this is tricky for me. Not Hulk Hogan. No. I don't, because you keep up a lot more with like New Japan and all the other things, which I don't. So I'm like literally seeing the WWE guys and the AEW guys. So it's hard for me to think like independently who I think's going to show up.
It could be someone from WWE that's not been around for a while.
It could. Via. There we go. Via's coming.
He was on Raw. He was talking
Hasn't been in a match for a bit. I don't know.
He was in a match like 3 weeks ago. It was a squash match.
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Via is a bit...
Exactly. Via is going back to catering.
Bless him. I don't know.
As an easy pick, yeah?
The Rock, no.
I mean, The Rock could be in it.
I don't think he will be.
Put a B in front of it.
Brock Lesnar. Maybe?
He's due to return at some point. He'll be at Mania.
Suppose, yeah.
He'll be at Mania at some point.
Go on, put Brock down.
Put in Brock Lesnar down.
I came up with that all on my own.
Okay, so going to the New Japan stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do winner first. Who do you think's going to win?
I really don't want to say CM Punk, so I'm going to say Cody Rhodes.
Okay, so in terms of the New Japan stuff we just talked about, right? There's 6 contracts expiring at the end of January, and New Japan and WWE may have a working relationship due to Shinsuke Nakamura being lent to New Japan right last year for the Great Muta's final retirement tour.
Yes, they might have agreed like a swap.
Yeah, where Shinsuke Nakamura went flying the flag of the WWE to face the Great Muta in a singles match. Yep. Okay, that was great. You know, it's nice to see WWE doing business with someone for a change. So, of the people, obviously Wrestle Kingdom, Tama Tonga wins the, oh god, I can't remember what belt it was. Damn it, I can't remember what belt it was. He wins the belt of Shingo Takagi, and literally the backstage comments, he's like, right, my contract is up in January, and I'm not renewing, because my family lives in Florida, I want to be closer to my family in America. Could be Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 members of Bullet Club are leaving, potentially, so their contracts have expired. Alex Coughlin, Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors, and Drilla Maloney. All 4 of those guys would be good fits for anywhere. because they are all phenomenal talents.
Yeah.
Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors just lost the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships to I can't remember the name of the team. T.G. Perkins and Francesco Akira. Something 2-2. I can't be and then you've got obviously Gabe Kidd and Alex Coughlin, the part of the War Dogs. They'd be interesting because they use a lot of colourful language. Mm-hmm. So if they do come to the WWE, they'd be reined in really hard is the problem of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of those guys will go to NXT first.
Yeah.
I think. There's one massive one which got announced literally last week, which I'm stunned by. Mm-hmm. This floored me when I saw it. The Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, is finishing up New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
He isn't getting as paid. He knows his worth. He's one of the best in the world. Absolutely, hands down. He knows his worth. He's going to go on somewhere else. There's two contenders, AEW and WWE. The current rumour from some of the wrestling news sources in Japan is he's going to be going to WWE.
Okay. WWE can pay.
So can AEW, though.
Very true.
Could Kazuchika Okada show up at the Royal Rumble?
Ooh.
That would be a hell of a swerve.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, I can't see them getting him straight into the main roster. It'll be going to NXT first. And I don't see that being a viable option for Kazuchika Okada.
No, if he's like not happy in New Japan because of money situation, he's not going to be happy going to like the lesser brand
I would say
of WWE,
it's not,
is he?
I mean,
not lesser.
Obviously the Shinsuke stuff they've been doing recently is to show him that they can do Japanese wrestlers on WWE TV, and it's taken them this long to do something right with Shinsuke Nakamura. Mm-hmm. But the other side of the coin is, if you read the From Backyards to Big Lee's Young Bucks book, they have a really great relationship with Okada.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega has a really great relationship with Kenny Omega, with Kazuchika Okada. Cody Rhodes has that's the other catch. Cody Rhodes also has a great relationship with Kazuchika Okada. But are the Young Bucks more to sway him to go, look, come here? Because Kazuchika would always play pranks on the Young Bucks. When they were off doing something, he would get their ring gear and put it on and mess around and pretend to be a young Buck, and that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. I think he would be a better fit in AEW, personally, because they would have him just go full tilt. WWE will stick him in NXT.
Yeah.
They'll have him flounder. They'll come up to the main roster. They will kill him like they did with Karrion Kross, like they did with Shinsuke Nakamura. Mm-hmm. But there is one other who's been cagey, okay? And I was talking, my mother watches WWE stuff as well. She watches our channel, so hello, shout out to her. I was talking to her earlier, and she said, I was watching Raw. This team was on. What's happened to the other member of the tag team? It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Big E was seen out recently, and someone sort of crawled in for some comments. He was very cagey, and all he said was, I didn't get into the business to end up in a wheelchair. We don't have a timeline. It's been like a year and a half, maybe coming up to 2 years since the broken neck thing.
Yeah.
If he's cleared, Big E would be my pick. Mm-hmm. But is he cleared? That's the trick of it.
It sounds like from that comment, even if he is medically cleared, he might not have cleared himself.
Yes, or he could just be diversion.
Yeah, very true.
So I'm going to pick, the most likely for me is going to be Big E.
Yeah, cool.
The winner...
Are you going to say it? Oh, no.
I don't want to, but it's CM Punk.
Okay.
Because Cody can join the Elimination Chamber to get to Roman Reigns if that's the way they're going.
That's very true. Oh, you look sad. Okay. It might not happen. These are predictions. We don't know. And we hope it's not that outcome.
Yeah. Obviously, as I said, if anything changes after SmackDown, once we've seen that on Saturday, which will be last Friday night in the States, so it'll be a Saturday morning for us. We're not going to stay at the ridiculous time.
No,
so we'll watch it. And, so our predictions, if there's any change, will be updated in the description down below. What's your least looking forward to match?
It's probably Logan Paul and KO.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. For me, and this is going to sound really bad.
Rumble.
No, it's the Women's Rumble.
Ah, fair enough.
Because of the lack of talent being announced for it, and because of the lack of talent pushing in the locker room in general.
I just how can you look forward to something that you have no idea what it's going to be? There is one other person that could show up to the Women's Rumble, and that is Sasha Banks, but I can't see it. Interesting.
I can't see that one. You watch me be wrong now. You watch me be wrong.
For me, I love a Rumble match.
The problem for me is that when you build the entire locker room around the same 8 or so women,
Yeah.
it gets stagnant very quick.
Very true.
The plus side, this is going to sound really bad. I don't ever want anyone to get injured, but thank God Charlotte Flair's not in this. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just going to throw that in the universe, okay? I don't want to see Charlotte Flair win a Royal Rumble. You know,
no, thank you.
I don't want to see Nia Jax win a Royal Rumble. No. I don't want to see Bianca Belair win another Royal Rumble. I think Bayley deserves it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the logical choice. But get in there, and it's going to be a tedious route because of all the it's just not going to be great, I don't think.
Okay.
Some of the women's matches of late have been awful.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
The ones on Raw were...
Let's be honest,
They weren't.
Yeah.
There was something in the water on Monday.
Most looking forward to match?
I think the Fatal 4-Way, I think.
That was a real loud bang outside. Yeah, I have to agree with that, actually.
There's...
Like, I love Royal Rumble. It's my favourite event.
Yeah.
But the prospect of CM Punk winning this is really sickening.
Yeah.
It's really turning my stomach.
I know.
And I like Cody, but I don't want to see him win 2 years back-to-back either.
Okay.
If anything, Gunther should be the one getting it.
Yeah.
Because he has put in all the work.
He's gotten so good on the mic as well.
He has. He's really improved. I think he's fantastic. He's definitely a future world champ, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, hands down.
He's proved himself, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts on the entire pay-per-view? Or premium live event, rather?
It's been very up and down. And I think it's going to be a very up and down match. But like you say, the Royal Rumble is one of the best premium live events that WWE put on. So I think it's still going to be enjoyable.
I hope so, yeah.
Possibly
I hope
right
we get,
until the last moment.
I hope we get some really good stuff in the Rumble with R-Truth.
Yes.
That's going to be funny.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be funny.
That's going to be great. Like that one time when he comes into the Rumble, he pulls in a ladder and he climbs up the ladder and he's like...
Yeah, they showed a clip of that on Raw, didn't they? That's so good. Wrong match.
Yeah, anything else you got to add?
Don't think so. Well, gonna look forward to it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be good.
Yep, cool. Oh, there's one other thing we didn't cover actually with the 2K24 covers thing that got released as well, but that's neither here nor there. Buying a W2K game again.
Probably not. But I was gonna put that to our viewers as we usually end the videos with let us know what you think. So we're gonna put that in.
Cool. Well, take us away, starting with that.
There. Talk to us on our socials and in the comments below. What I want to know is. We've got the WWE 2K24 boxes have been released, and we've got the 1 edition, which is like there's one that's like the retro stuff because it's celebrating.
Oh yeah, the digital, the 40 years of WrestleMania is the digital one.
Cool.
Yeah.
They've got one that's Cody Rhodes on the front.
That's the standard.
And then the deluxe has Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And I was thinking all the other ones, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, have been like one person on the cover.
2K20 had Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch.
Cool. So there were 2 people, but that was like a guy and a girl.
But this is the first time they have all female on the cover.
Yes. So why does Cody get one to himself, and these guys have to share one?
Yeah, I agree.
And my thinking is, Rhea Ripley is so up right now, like hugely. She's the champion. She's just so popular. Bianca Belair is very popular with people still, but not quite there. So my view is, and my question to you is, do you agree or not? Fair enough if you don't. Does Rhea Ripley deserve a solo cover?
Hell yes is my thing.
Yes, so I will put like...
Mommy has been killing it.
I think she deserves a solo cover, but also getting more of the women out there can't be a bad thing.
Yeah,
so
I
do
agree.
see both sides. But I'm interested to see what you think and like your reasons for it. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on social media. I'll probably put a poll in the Instagram story, so join in with that.
Yep.
Get some interaction.
Boom. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So other than that, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. We are on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we're on X, and our link tree's in the description below for you to go nice and easily to those places. Join in the conversation. Talk about your predictions if you want. Let us know what you think. And I think that's it.
Yep.
We will let you know if there's any changes to our predictions. We'll put them in the description after we've watched Smackdown. And we'll be back with our reactions
Sunday.
28th
of Jan. Look forward to it.
Bye!